Hello. Happy Bandcamp Friday. It is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Ontario, Canada, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Wherever you are in the world, I hope all is well. Looks like we got a few folks from down under. Kazuki and Gunky, how are you guys? Stoketarium. Stoked and Stoketarium. Amazing. It's good to see you folks. I hope things have been well. I've been hibernating a little bit. I don't know if anyone's noticed. I always wonder if anyone notices, not from a narcissistic perspective, more from a guilt perspective. Because, I'm supposed to be this person who's doing all these public things. And then I get gassed out and I go and hide for a while and just focus on art. So yeah, I've been doing things. The studio is all different. I've changed it all around so that the desk and whatnot is at the end. It just main reasoning is lighting. It's really easy to light this. I can leave the lights set up forever, and for channel videos and stuff like that, there's some other kinds of videos and some BTS videos that I'm doing that it's just convenient. The light's always there. It's in a good place, and things are working. So this is all set up. I got another station set up upstairs where it's the focus on the upstairs station is for graphic design, but I also practice there in the morning. So I go upstairs, make my coffee, and I plug in, and 7 a.m. I just start playing scales for 30 minutes every single day. So yeah, pretty cool. I see, sorry, I got to change some windows around here. See Kazuki, Gunky Zip, Lamond, Road Bull in there so far. Hope you guys are good. I got some tracks here from a few of you folks, actually. So, get ready. We're going to go on a little adventure. Not quite as many tracks as previous weeks, but not far off. Synth Chris, good to see you in there. Hope you're well, man. What do we got here today? Count-wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 tracks to share, or 9 releases to share today. Totally worthy number. It's going to take us through the whole night. And we're going to kick it off. I guess we're going to kick it off. What time is it? 9:00 or 8:03. Is there anything that we need to talk about, or we need to chat about that is newsworthy? I don't think so. Other than, I hope you guys are good. What are you guys doing? Did anybody, I know Kazuki got a new bass 6. I don't think you got it yet though. You ordered it? I don't know. Anyone get any new guitars? Anyone do anything else with music? That's awesome. Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it, because that's fun. Anyway, we're going to get to the first track, and we're going to kick it off with, let me get my software ready here. We're going to kick it off with the Road Bull. And this is Road Bull's second demo that he's sharing, and it just keeps getting better. And I really like this one. And we're just going to kick it off with the very first track, and all self-produced. I usually try to make a note of these things for anybody who happens to be listening, watching, who is new to what's going on here. We take a quick listen to all of the tracks that have been produced by the community, and the community could be the Bandless community, the Bunn community, people I know, people that I'm, that I'm fond of in terms of their creative works and whatnot. It's a little bit loose that way, but it doesn't go too far outside of those things. And we just listened to a clip, usually 1 minute worth, and then I share the link and it's up to you to follow up with it if you like it. If you like it, it's Bandcamp Friday, and supporting artists is an awesome thing to do today. No pressure whatsoever, putting it in your wish list or sharing the track with someone else if you like it, or following the artist and signing up for their mailing list. There's a whole bunch of different ways you can take action on some of these, on these tracks if you're interested in what you're listening to. So that's how it all works. I don't play full tracks. It's not really a radio show. It's more of like a preview for discovery. This is all about discovery and, checking out what people in the community have done. And supporting each other, patting each other on the back and kind of, giving each other encouragement, all that cool stuff. So we're going to kick it off with Road Bull now that you know that what's going on here. And very first track, 004, because this is demo 2 tracks, and demo 1 was 2 tracks, and keeping with the chronology of the releases. So here we go. So that is track 1 off of demo 2, entitled 004 by Road Bull. Total solo creator, has a band, is involved in music with other people, but this is his own material. And I think it says in here that his daughter, his 11-year-old daughter did the artwork, which I think the artwork is pretty cool. I don't know. I like artwork. I don't know if you guys can tell. But I especially like sort of that loose kind of abstract stuff a lot. And this is cool. This is very cool. Sounds really good, Road Bull. Definitely already hear a progression in terms of, the technicalities and things. Really love how it kicks in. This is not a review, by the way. Anyone who might be new to this, we just talk about the tracks. It's not like a review in terms of what's good or what's bad or anything like that. I might share things that I think are like, that appear to be like good or whatever, but it's just interesting to me. This is not a review. I just need to be clear on that. But really dig what's going on, Road Bull. What do you guys think? How you guys feeling about the track? Titanosaur, how are you? Or Titanosaur. He's liking the way that it's kicking in. It's definitely a nice kick in on that one. Yeah, these tracks are really thick. I think quite a bit thicker than the previous. Or maybe I'm just acclimatizing to it, but yeah. Nice sounds. Lamont says, really like the instrumental palette of this, kind of like a sludgy New Order post-punk vibe on this. Yeah, that's actually a great analogy or a great comparison. Having that 80s new wave, like post-punk is it new wave? I don't know. No wave. But yeah, there's a bit of a crossover there just because of those synths, but it really kind of changes the dimension and the dynamic of things. Definitely makes it more interesting than your typical kind of sludge jams. Excellent work. And Lamond is saying about the artwork, I'm into the abrasive brush strokes on the artwork. Yeah. Yeah, I love that look. This room is full of those kinds of paintings. I put up all of my artwork finally. Not my artwork. I didn't do it. It's my partner, but it's been sitting in a pile for a while since I kind of set the room up, and I never, I never got it going. So there you go. Anyhow, let's go back to the big camera here. We're going to reset and get along to the next one. I put the link into the comments, or the chat rather. So if you'd like to check out more by Roadbull, definitely check that link out. Give it a follow, put it in your wish list, you buy it, share it with friends, do all those cool things. 'Cause those are cool things to do. I'm going to go gain back up to, what did I determine today? I determined that negative 6.9 dB is our target gain level for this show. It's different every time. Moving along here. Okay, we got a nice one queued up next. I'm gonna, whoa, Windows are going crazy. I got Mac Expose turned on and everything's just going rah. Kazuki says, kind of getting New Order, Tame Impala vibes from this. Oh yeah, okay, so Lamont's not the only one for the Road Bull track. Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. Doom 93 vibes from Synth Chris. Yeah. Joyburn, what's going on? Going to be on the road, but I'm here, homies. You're holding steadfast. Good to see you in the stream, Joyburn. I hope all is well down in sunny Florida. Hope it's sunny. I guess it would be getting dark right about now, though. What else do we got here? That's all we got for now. Kazuki likes my gain settings, so we're gonna move along to the next contestant on Bandless. Band is right. This one is coming to us from Flynn, Dr. Flynn, the Tone Lord. Oh, I think I'm gonna sneeze. Yo, whatchamacallit? I may have shared this before. I've shared this with a bunch of people, like not even on the stream, so I'm not really sure who I shared it with. But Flynn records everything in Audacity. And he's got, music guy, went to music school, has, pretty enormous facility in a bunch of areas of music, but is at heart really just an artist, a creative. Seemingly, this is my, overview of Flynn. This is not from the words of the artist, from the mouth of the artist. But he records everything in Audacity, which anyone who has used Audacity, it's definitely come a long way. It's a much more full-featured DAW now, but it's still a pretty lightweight tool. And the way he goes about it is very kind of low tech, his production, but his finished productions are very polished. They sound very finished. I was very impressed when I got to talk to him. I've had a few conversations with him over Google Meet or whatever, video chat, and we got to talk about his process and all that a couple months ago. It was really cool. It's very low tech, but very high output. So anybody who might be listening who is not kind of getting their stuff together, thinking that you need to kind of know a whole bunch of stuff, I think really what you need to do is press the record button. I think that's really what Lamont does. And he tinkers a little bit with the tones before he records them. He tries to record the best tones he can. But yeah, we're going to get to it. We're just going to play it. One track today, Dead Jester from Flynn over in Scotland, UK. And let's check it out. Very cool. A lot dreamier than normal from Flynn. Flynn covers a lot of ground. It goes from straight up math rock kind of inspired jams to these more electronic kinds of pieces. I don't know if electronic is a good way to describe it, but yeah, more production or sounding kind of stuff, producer sounding kind of stuff. I guess ultimately he is a producer at the end of the day, but yeah, cool track. Like easy to chill to, easy to vibe to, easy to chill to. While I reset the gain, I'm going to go to the chat here and see what's going on over there. And Titanosaur only uses GarageBand. Speaking to the whole kind of low tech concept. Yeah, GarageBand comes, if you buy a Mac, it comes free. You don't have to do anything. You just turn the computer on, start recording. And these days you can get like the lowest end Macs and they're super powerful. Like a MacBook Air is like unbelievable how much power you get for the lowest end MacBook Air, like $900 or something like that. It's crazy. Yeah, turn it on, start recording. And you got a whole bunch of instruments and whatnot in there, which is pretty cool. And if you tinker with it enough, you can get the instruments to sound pretty good. Kazuki alternates between GarageBand, Reaper, and FL for collabs, but mainly a Reaper user. Yeah, I'm kind of similar to you in terms of just bouncing around a few different DAWs, but same thing. Reaper is my main DAW. This past year, I haven't played with any other DAWs. Usually I kind of tinker in years. For the last while, I was tinkering with FL Studio as well and Studio One, the Presonus DAW. And I, did a few projects in that, but yeah, I always kind of come back to Reaper because it's the most, I don't know, it's clean. It's really simple and fluid. It has the elastic timeline. Everything is fast. Yeah, so I can't stop using Reaper. Lamont says, I'd probably skip through this intro. It kind of takes its sweet time. Well, I'm not opposed to scrubbing through tracks, but I try not to. You know, I find it kind of disruptive to the experience of the music. I'm not a purist or anything like that, but yeah, try to give a good overview, kind of off the top, and let it play just long enough, and you know, then leave it up to you folks. I think this track is banging, so you know, I think a few people are going to click through and check it out. Hope so, because yeah, it's awesome. And the rest of your catalog, the rest of the Le Mans catalog is awesome, by the way. So, and totally different. But it all has that Le Mans kind of musicality to it. It's sort of an undeniable thing. Synth Chris likes the Flynn Jams Road Bowl tonight theme is synth. Yeah, I think it is. Titanosaur, I like the vibes from the intro. Yeah. Le Mans is pretty great at putting vibes together. Literally, like actual vibes. Although I think that was marimba, wasn't it? But what do I know? I don't know concert instruments very well. Kazuki loves the keys. Love how those keys alternate from left to right using the stereo field. Titanosaur says, or Titanosaur. And Road Bull, what are you doing for drums? Right. And he responds with, it's a mix of samples from my Roland E kit plus samples from Hydrogen Map to a Grid. Yeah. Le Mans plays everything. He is a drummer, and it's why the drumming feels are always nice. The drums feel quite natural because they're actually played like drums. Who would have thunk it? And Kazuki is saying he's learning Ableton and Pro Tools at university, but since we're doing online learning because of all the weather disasters here, I'm just using Reaper to do all the exercises. Yeah. I think that's the way to do it. Yeah, it's really going crazy with the weather over there. Eh? You're studying in New Zealand, correct? I think. Like you didn't move to like UK or whatever to go to school. And hopefully by July, August, campus will reopen. The cyclone that happened back in February kind of destroyed the whole thing. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Titanosaur. Okay. I got it, Titanosaur. I'm never quite sure. I also like experimenting with where I put the emphasis on a word. Emphasis. Kazuki, yeah, he's still in New Zealand. Okay. Yeah, well, I hope that weather sharpens up for you. You guys are heading into winter, though. It's kind of the tumultuous time for down there. Well, I guess autumn just started, so let's not jump the gun. So our gain is set back up here. We're going to go to the next track. What time is it? 8:23. Excellent contribution from Lamond Sutherland, aka Flynn, or Flynn's Ego if you're on the Instagram. But bottom right, here we go. I'm Still Here by Titanosaur. It's interesting. I didn't rearrange this. This is just how things are working out. It's all symbiosis, all synchronicity. Anyhow, so we've got I'm Still Here by Titanosaur all done in GarageBand. I did not know that before. It's always helpful to know how people put things together because I think it's very very helpful for other people who have an aspiration to do things. Everybody is at a different period in their production journey or their music journey. There are an enormous amount of people who are very intelligent, who have been involved in a certain aspect of music for a long time, but are incredibly intimidated to get into producing music because they hear stuff that they think is killer, and they think that the thing they have to make has to be that killer or else they can't make anything. But truth is, you can open your MacBook, turn on GarageBand, and start recording. And, you know, it might be cool. Might be just a cathartic, cool experience. But Titanosaur has been doing it for a while. And so, you know, he's past the stage of just pressing record. But still does it in a pretty simple means. Don't need Pro Tools. I would recommend not getting Pro Tools. But here we go. This is I'm Still Here by Titanosaur, and it's going to be tasty. Very juicy riffs from Titanosaur. I really dig it, man. Head boppers for sure. Excellent work. And lots of info here. Got all the lyrics directly in here. I guess because it's a single, they show up immediately on the page. That's right. Yeah. Got some reviews already? That's amazing. And also, Titanosaur is a fellow Aspie, which is cool. And for those who don't know, Aspie, Asperger's autistic spectrum disorder. I don't think of it as a disorder, although it depends kind of where you're at. Some people, it does kind of impact their lives in a very difficult way. So for me, it was just, it just took a long time to figure out how to navigate the world. It was like turning 20 at 40. I think it's maybe the best way I can explain it. By the time I was 40, I was like, oh, I kind of understand, you know, how people work and how I fit into it. Whatchamacallit? What else am I missing here? Okay, New York. That's what I was looking for. Titanosaur is from New York. I thought for some reason that Titanosaur might have been from New Zealand because there's been some collabs between Titanosaur and whatchamacallit, Kazuki. But yeah, the beautiful thing about the internet, you can do things over the internet from miles and miles away. But first, actual name is Jeff Saavedra. Saavedra. I think I'm saying that right. But yeah, awesome, Jeff. Really dig the feel of those riffs. Gonna go back to the big camera here, reset the gain levels, see what's cooking in the chat. Resetting the gain to, what did I say? Kazuki, something about 6.9. Is that what we, I don't know. Minus 6.9 gain levels. Great. So Lucas Weisbrod has joined us in the chat. Very convenient for other reasons. But it's always good to see my brother from down in Argentina. My brother who rocks the artsiest stuff I know. I don't know how to describe it. I'm going to just stop. Amazing. There is something about, let's see here. We're going to go into the comments. I got to make it bigger. I can't see everything. I should wear glasses actually. Bam. Kazuki said, there's something about drop C, man. It's like the ultimate tuning. It's definitely become my standard tuning. Yeah, I think that's the case for so many people. I know an unbelievable number of people who are like, C. Drop C is like where I live. That's all I do. I'm like, what is it about C? I think it's just, it's the middle of it's the defining octave of the scale world of music theory. Everything starts at C. So Lamont says, like the drum groove on the verse, nice contrast to the halftime feel. Yeah, good, very good feels. Did drop D for a long time, and synth Chris octaves for the win. Yeah. And Titanosaur, and then ran out of ideas. Don't we always? Everyone runs out of ideas. The track I'm working on right now, I just keep running out of ideas. I'm like, you come up with 100 things and like 99 of them stink. I'm like, straight to the trash. But if you persist, you end up with something like this. You end up with some good work. I'm thinking of going back to drop D. Roadbill says, I'm thinking about going back to drop D partially so my instruments will be usable in standard tuning also. Right. It's a lot easier. You kind of get that slightly lower tonality, but just, one little wisp of the tuner and you're up to standard E, and you can play along with everybody from the ages. Kazuki, you're also Aspie, hey? It's an interesting thing. I have a feeling that a bunch of my actual friends are Aspers as well. But you just, it's never a good idea to tell someone. It's like, hey, I think you're Aspie. I think you're Asperger's. It's kind of up to the people to decide what they want to do about that kind of stuff. Kazuki, confirmation on minus 6.9 dB. So we got it right. Lucas says the short bald version. Well, I don't know, Lucas. You're the best version of yourself and the best version of Lucas that I know. Amazing. Kazuki says, yo, Lucas, loving the Monavath split, homie. And Kazuki says, I tune to all sorts of stuff, but drop C and F are like my home base. Yeah. Ed Sweetman, working on a collaboration in B flat. B flat. Interesting. Just, just a little half crank down. I have one friend that I can think of who is into, I don't know if they do it anymore, but yeah, they're into E flat. They were really into Slayer, and I think Slayer everything is E flat. I could be wrong. I'm not a big, Slayer head. Slayer I think is a great band, at least originally. Their later stuff I'm not so much a fan of. Anyhow, we're going to move on. We got the gain reset, and we've got, who do we got here? Holy jumping. I better move along because it's 8:30. We got a lot of tracks still. Okay, great. Oh, excuse me. Holy jumping. I'm out of control. So we've got the gain reset. And did I put the Titanosaur? I did. Just making sure the link is in there. So we're moving along to a little bit of Kazuki Haratani. This is his project called Sleepy Drifter. And this is unfinished instrumental. It's kind of like a work in progress that he's got up, and he's, just sharing where it's at. So that's pretty cool, pretty fun. And Valentine, I'm very curious. I haven't listened to most of the tracks today, so a lot of this I'm hearing it for the first time, as you are, because we got jobs to and work to do. So tonight, now's our time to enjoy. Here we go. Cool vibes, really hypnotic, regardless if it's finished or not. Would that be shoegaze? I guess it's shoegazy kind of stuff. Yeah, really, I don't know. Yeah, hypnotic. It's like there's no better way to say it. Feels good. Especially like that section where the bass drops out and it's just guitar and drums. Not a big change. But I don't know. It just has so much impact. And I think changes like that are highly overlooked in a lot of modern music production. I love it. I love that approach. Excellent work, Mr. Sleepy Drifter. Kazuki, solo creator from Down Under, does everything himself, but is open to collaborations. I think most of the people in today's batch here are open to collaborations and do these sorts of things. Let's just take a look here. What's going on in the chat for confirmations. Kazuki. Okay, great. Lucas, getting Infinite Grain. Deaf Heaven vibes. Love it. Right. Deaf Heaven are no longer kind of like a black metal influence thing, correct? More of a new wave. I don't know, like alternative. I don't know. They're different. Fill me in. Lamont Sutherland, get kind of Alcrest vibes from this. I don't know Alcrest, but I'm gonna take your word for it. Robo, nice touch on the indie rock in it. Yeah, it has. I don't know what to call this track by Kazuki, but yeah, it's cool. Just good feel. Joyburn, love the mix on this already. Yeah, going to school, getting those slicker mixes going already. Titanosaur, like that melody line. Lucas, true Alcrest as well. Saw them live last week. Oh, no way. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea who Alcrest is. I guess I should look into it. Kazuki Hirotani, thanks guys. It's something a little different from me, but I channel my love for shoegaze and post-punk into this, treating the bass as more of a melodic instrument while employing my love of drones. Awesome. Lamont says, Lucas, lucky, I've seen them 3 times and I've always come out the other end feeling very earnest and sentimental. I could see that. Like if the music sort of sounds like this, it's very sentimental, very nostalgic for some reason. And Kazuki says he's open to collabs. And Ed is saying, nice job, Kazuki. Very cool. For my mix on this, Kazuki says that for my mix on this, there's only 1 guitar left and 1 right instead of 3 on each, like the Necrovol stuff. I learned that less is more. Yeah, I always go for 1 left, 1 right. It's very rare that I'll go for more, but I very much feel what you're saying there. Keep it simple and try and get the right things on the left and the right, as opposed to a lot of things. But sometimes the right thing is a lot of things. Who knows? Tim Wheeler, what are you doing in there, man? Good to see you, man. Hope all is well. What's cooking? Like, give me some news, Tim Wheeler. What's going on with music and guitars and, I don't know, life? Hope you're well, man. We are doing a bandless stream here, checking out new tunes from the community all night, you know, for a while. I have nothing else to do tonight, so I'm not going to shut it down prematurely or real quick or nothing like that. So we're hanging out for a bit, but I gotta get the gain up. We need more gain. 6.9 minus 6.9. We are back in action. We're moving on to the next jam. This is coming to us from Joyburn, Florida, represent, and DeLand, Florida, as a matter of fact. And our fella by the name of Geo down there, cranking out riffs left, right, and center. This is The Floor is Heroin. Have not previewed this track. I only added it to the queue like shortly before we went on, so I'm pretty amped on it. Usually the tracks by Joyburn are, you know, a very like project. It's a project that sounds like there's an incredible amount of effort that's put into it, and I always appreciate his work. So we're gonna check it out. Gain is set, and the links are all in there. Great. Let's go. The Floor is Heroin by Joyburn. definitely going to be coming back to this one after the stream. Excellent work. Really appreciate the kind of the details in it's in the drums, but I think it's in everything. It's just everything's a lot more kind of earthy, more real, less of that producer kind of thing. Something I'm also trying to get away from. It's very hard when you're the only person working on stuff in the computer, but I always appreciate the effort to make things sound less like a computer. It's hard to do, and yeah, I'm loving where this is going. The vibes and the what do you call it? The journey that it's on, and kind of the territory that it travels. Once again, it's not a review. I'm just like, oh, that was cool. And the drums are like very, very real. They just sound like drums in a room. Very cool. Amazing. Going to the chat here, I got the link in there, Joyburn. Joyburn stuff is always killer. Because the title is so good, I don't know what it is. The floor is heroin. Yeah, it's oddly compelling. You know, I'm not interested in heroin, but I don't know. I'm like, the floor is heroin. What does that mean? What is going on? Tell me more. Lamont Joyburn has some of my favorite track art of the Bandless community. Yeah. He does all of his own art as well. Music and visuals by Geo. Yeah. Which I always appreciate. Lamont, wow, I love how the notes are kind of flamed. Yeah. Titanosaur, I'm a sucker for quiet to loud and that bass sound. Yeah, he's got gnarly tones, eh? Synth Chris, tones go crazy. Yeah, I was wondering that too, Kazuki. It almost sounds like the drums were actually recorded. Oh, okay. Joyburn, Geo, let us know how you approach the drums for this. They're very interesting. I think they're different than what you normally do. I could be wrong, but I feel like I know your stuff well enough. Seems very different. Cool stuff. It's very cool stuff. I'm gonna change to the big camera here. Cool. So, what else we got here? Lamont, the floor is heroin, very comfy carpet. Yeah, I guess so. Very soft, comfortable carpet. I've never done heroin, but thankfully, but I've heard that a friend of mine who has done it, describes it as being wrapped up in a warm, damp blanket. I don't find the damp part very comforting, but apparently it's very desirable. And the drums are artificial. Superior Drummer 3 definitely wanted a looser feel. Drums are sounding good, whatever you're doing. I appreciate anything that is getting away from that like overly super slicked over, you know, the trend that has been with us for way too long with, you know, recording parts that are like literally a second long and then time stretching it and chopping it and like none of that, you know, more of this kind of like earthier kind of process, earthier sounding process anyway. Synth Chris reminds everyone, don't forget to like the video, y'all. it helps the algorithm. Yeah, if you like the Bandcamp Friday streams, I'd love to do more streams than Bandcamp Friday streams, but we definitely do the Bandcamp Friday streams every Bandcamp Friday. And even, I'm going to burp, I'm gassy here. Even when there is no Bandcamp Friday, on the day that there would be a Bandcamp Friday, we still do a Bandcamp Friday stream. We're so into Bandcamp Friday here. And Bandcamp Friday, for those who don't know, is the first Friday of every month. So we definitely stream on that day every month. So if you're into what's going on here, you can, you know, come back for more. You can go back through the archives. And I guess another thing that I should bring to attention, Bandless, Bandcamp Friday, da da da. That's not what I'm looking for. Bandless. Here we go. And yeah, we're gonna do this one. Where's the thing? For all of you Bandcampers, got to change the camera. So I made a video. It's on the Bandcamp, or rather on the Bandless YouTube page. Why can't I navigate this page? I'm having a problem with the mouse. I don't know how to use a mouse. I guess if we just go to videos, in the actual uploaded videos section, the first video here, 550 views 1 year ago. It's a how to add the Bandcamp header links to your Bandcamp. So essentially, I have a tutorial on this channel, how to style your Bandcamp. If you want to make your Bandcamp look a little fancier and you want to put links in the top to your social media or whatever, to your Spotify, wherever, you can do that, and you can find that right on this channel. So in addition to liking and subscribing, there is a video on here that can help you with Bandcamp. Maybe I'll do more videos like this about Bandcamp and about all of this stuff. I'm not sure. Is that something I should do? But anyhow, Ed Sweetman, I will have a couple tunes for next month or so. Good. Ed Sweetman, you need to get those tunes going, because those tunes that you got are wild. They're amazing. It was definitely a big surprise when you got that stuff out. I'm going to, bam, take it back to the big camera here. So, yeah, if you want to style your Bandcamp, there's a video on this page to kind of make your Bandcamp a little bit fancier. And if you're, diving all the way into this this making music online thing, it's a great little tutorial. It's pretty easy. You don't need any paid software. You can do it all with free software like the GIMP or whatever. So there you have it. Resetting the gain. Moving on to the next jam. We got a few more. What did I say? 6.9. Right on. And cool. So Desktop Bottom. This is another track from Rosalia. Portrait of a Young Trans Woman is the jam, and it is 1 in 23. I don't think they're all singles, but most of these are singles, but there's quite a bit here. And it travels a little bit of ground. Coming to us from Michigan, USA. And yeah. Gain is set. Let's see what it sounds like. pretty, well, it's actually pretty. And surprisingly engaging. Like, yeah, well, as Titanosaur says, very meditative. Interesting. I was very taken by that. Interesting. I guess it's like a slap kind of harmonic. What's going on there? Just the way it's spaced out is very interesting to me. Always full of surprises, that Rose. You know? Not fooling around. And Ed Sweetman says, been sidetracked getting tools ready for baritone and bass 6 builds. So much stuff to do, so little time. Tell me about it. Sounds like the story of my life. And Lamont says, pimp my Bandcamp with the Bunn. Yes, you heard it here first. So West Coast Customs put an instrumental inside your Gunky Zip. I heard you like instrumentals, so West Coast Customs put an instrumental inside your instrumental. I get it. It's kind of like what was that guy's name? Exhibit. Yeah. And Joyburn, minimalism done right. Yeah. Very interesting how minimal this track was, but like, yeah, very like minimalist, but not, definitely not empty in any way. I don't know. Just very engaging. Synth Chris, introspective. Yeah, it's that too. Kind of taken by that track, to be honest. I don't think I'd have the courage to write anything this exposed, Lamont says. Yeah, same. Lucas says that was amazing and so textured. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I don't really have words. I don't feel like I have the adequate words to say much about it. Pretty cool. It's like the antidote to the super edited stuff we were talking about earlier. Yeah. Totally. You know, these days, for quite a while now, I try to edit the least possible. You know, if there's a little bit of noise, and I'll just leave it. You know, if the note isn't perfect, I'll just leave it. Like, as long as the performance feels good and things are, you know, kind of in tune, kind of in time, it's good. But no edits, like 0 edits. I won't leave a whole bunch of the file in if I don't need to leave it there. But other than that, yeah, no performance edits ever. Interesting. Where are we? Big camera. Okay. Big camera is this camera view. I have another camera here as well. Nice tight shot. Look at that tight shot profile. What's that thing on TikTok? My side profile. They do this like lip syncing, like, I don't know, to some song. And they're like, this song helps my side profile. I'm like, what are you talking about? Of course, you find things like that on TikTok, the dumbest place on earth. But I should be nicer. But big camera, little camera, big camera. And I did also have, we're on gone to black here, but yeah, it's not there. I was looking for, there was a third camera, but for some reason it has, what do you call it, disconnected, and I can't seem to get it to reconnect. Not surprising. it's a computer. It's OBS. things don't work so clear there. Anyhow, we got a few more tracks. What time is it? 9:01. Great. What the heck? Where are we here? Here we go. Now we're getting to some good stuff. It's all good stuff, but like something that is a little bit more in terms of the story is bigger, or story is continuing, I guess. I was just on a page that I'm like, what is happening? But it's because I left a bunch of windows open. Here we go, bottom right. And I did play something from Coagulos. Coagulos. Am I saying it right? I'm not great at Spanish, but this is out officially today. The whole thing. Check out. There's 12 tracks here because Mastro is crazy. So this dropped today, and we're going to take a preview of Dentro de la nausea. Dentro de la nausea. I think that's how to say it. You can kick me in the shins for butchering the Spanish. But anyhow, it's a cool track. Let's take a sample of this. Oh, didn't reset the gain. I was enjoying it. Here we go. I'll do it again. Yes, Dentro de la nausea is the track we're gonna preview here. It's so, I don't know, it's so crazy. It's crazy. It's a perfect length for a bandless. But this is out today. I'm pretty stoked on it. And as you can see here, I am following this artist. And you can follow this artist too. And you can follow all the artists that we've been listening to tonight, and you can share and embed. You can go here on Bandcamp and you can share tracks via email, Tumblr. Do people still use Tumblr? I guess they do. Tweet, like, you can put it in your wish list, all that cool stuff. But very creative release from Lucas Weisbrod and his Mastro project. A little bit jealous of how this turned out. It's really great. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's just really pretty amazing. I got one more jam. We're going to just go straight to the next jam for today. Did I put the link in there? I did. I'm going to go straight to the last jam. This is kind of like a bonus jam type of thing for today. Just a little bit of news, I guess, which is the Super Void Choral Ensemble, which is actually Cloudkicker doing a collaboration with this guy, Vinny Rosenbaum. Roseboom? I don't know how to say that, but he's a guy from another band that I don't listen to, but like I don't know him, but seems like a good drummer. But Ben Sharp is the guy from Cloudkicker, and I like some of his tunes. He's a solo creator type of guy as well. He's been doing it for a really long time. But this just came out, and like 2 days ago? April 5th. Yeah, 2 days. Today's the 7th. Yeah, 2 days ago. So I don't know. We're going to take a listen, see what's going on with it. Oh, I don't think the gain is set. 6.9, dude. Cool. It sounds like Cloudkicker, but it's cool. Real drums. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I just never thought that he was going to be the guy to do collabs, but I guess he is. That's kind of cool. I don't know if anyone else is into that sort of stuff. I just think his story is interesting. But Lamont Sutherland or Gunky Zip giving me hell. minus 6.9, dude. Ed Sweetman minus 6.9 dB. Yeah, I failed on that one. Lucas Weisberg says, this is my super minimalistic, going back to the Mastro thing. This is my super minimalistic album. I wanted to go doom metal, but I went completely silent. Yeah, it's I wouldn't call it silent. I would call it pretty audacious. Pretty amazing material. But I'm going to go back to the big camera here. Big camera time. Hey, look at that. Big camera in the new studio, or the new studio layout. And Lamont Sutherland says, This feels like surrealism with double kick. Joyburn says, love it when dissonant notes are put together this well. Yeah. The thing about playing, seconds or flat seconds is if you really just commit to them, they sound good. And if you play them in scale, they always sound right. Or if you make sure that everything is chromatic, they always feel right. So yeah, just commit to those, commit to those flat and, natural seconds and flat seconds, and everything is going to be a good time. Thanks for the words, guys. The intro is like having a seizure. Awesome. Yeah. And Lamont Southern moving to the Super Void Choral Ensemble. Is that what it's called? Such a long name. But talking about how how much you can do with one note. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. Just down, 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 down. It's similar actually in concept to that Rush tune YYZ. I don't know how it goes exactly, but it's something to that effect. But they really kind of just ram on this one note for quite a while. And it's more about the pattern, and if you play it long enough, it becomes kind of a hypnotic kind of thing, which is a cool technique. I dig it. Joyburn, been looking for music like this. Awesome bonus. Oh, cool. And Ed Sweetman, new camera too. Oh yeah, this camera it's just my GoPro. I got a new GoPro a little while back. In order to, I got it for a certain reason. It took many GoPros to get to this one. It took like 3 tries to get to a working one. I bought one, sent it back, a lot of conversation with GoPro, got another one, a lot of conversation about GoPro, still wasn't working correctly, sent that one back directly to GoPro, finally got one from GoPro that worked, but I sent back the whole package and they just sent me back a camera. So I'm down a battery, and yeah, I don't know. Would I buy another one? It's a pretty good camera in terms of what it does outside of a webcam. But yeah, new camera. But like new as in January new. Robo, any note is only a half step away from being in key. True. And Ed Sweetman, quarter tones next. Quarter tones, my pal of mine, Rob, he's into microtonal guitar and he plays fretless guitar, and he went and studied with a microtonal guru over in Europe somewhere, and he's spent a lot of time kind of working on this stuff, and it's pretty out there. It's hard. It's interesting, but it's your brain, I guess your brain is just sort of set up for being used to what it's used to, and yeah, quarter tone stuff is hard, or microtone stuff is hard. I don't know. Do quarter tones and microtones kind of live in the same world, or is microtone like fractions of quarter tones? Like how small does the interval have to be to qualify as a microtone? That's something I don't know. Does anybody know? Let me know. Anyhow, yeah, Bandcamp Friday. Pretty good haul today. all the links are in there. Oh, did I put the? I didn't put the Super Void link in there. It's just a bonus, not really a community person. Ben Sharp's a cool guy, but you know, not a person like we hang out with. But that's the link to his stuff, to this Super Void choral ensemble. Interesting release, only 3 songs. But they're cool tunes. But yeah, awesome Bandcamp Friday. I'm going to shut her down. I'm going to eat some nibs and watch some sci-fi movies. That's my plan for tonight. I've been cramming on new Foreigns material. Trying to finish the last Foreigns jam for the EP, and I just keep running into walls. The problem that I'm having with it is mostly in the progression, like the chord progression, the melodic progression. I feel like, you know, it needs to move, and I can't figure out how to move. So I keep trying things. Nothing really works in an interesting way. So yeah, no Foreigns, no music from Bunn this week. Next month, you know, maybe we'll see something. But yeah, Foreigns really hard. I think once this Foreigns EP is done, that I am really going to take a break on Foreigns for a while. It's very difficult to make, and Wetlands is a lot more fun. Vens is a lot more fun. So I think I'm going to do a whole bunch of Vens and Wetlands and kind of not really bother with Foreigns for a little while because it makes me anxious. So tonight I'm going to watch sci-fi movies and eat nibs and popcorn and whatchamacallit, drink fizzy water. And yeah, it's going to be a good time. I hope you guys are good. I'm going to shut it down. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. Where are my controls? Yes, I can move that over here. What do we got? There we go. Excellent connection. Ah, camera is gone. Of course the camera's gone. Boom, 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 boom. Huh. That's weird. Why did the camera go down? Oh, well. I guess. There we go. Camera's back up. So weird. That's one thing about the GoPro is it only lasts about an hour as a webcam, even though it's plugged in. I don't get it. Anyway, I'm going to shut this one down. I hope you are well and that you're making music and that, whatchamacallit, that you have some hot new tracks for next month because, yeah, music is awesome. And sharing music is even more awesome. So share your music and I will play it. And hopefully we will all be able to enjoy it. But that's it for today. Have a good night and be well and all that kind of stuff. Is it Easter? It's like, I don't know. If you do Easter, have fun Easter. But that's it. For me, I am